I work hard every day,
Hey TCF family, join me in congratulating Andy for being November's Member of the Month. I'm looking forward to learning a little bit more about him throughout the interview. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Andy. Kind of like what class time you usually come to and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, my name's Andy. I usually come to the 4:30 class. I've been at TCF for a little bit over, I want to say like 4 or 5 months now. I have my wife who works out here with me. We got 2 dogs at home. I work at Red Hat. I love it there, but I love CrossFit. That's why I'm here, TCF.
Yeah, so how long have you been doing CrossFit? Because I know that you were doing it before coming to TCF, and you were also previously like a coach and stuff.
Yeah. So I've been doing CrossFit for a little over 7 years. I was a coach at the previous gym I was at. I found CrossFit pretty much right out of college, and a buddy of mine I was living with, he introduced me to it, and I ended up falling in love. So I've stuck with it just because fitness is important.
Exactly. Yeah. So what kind of got you interested in it? You said that your buddy introduced you to it. What was it that kind of captured you into CrossFit?
Yeah, definitely the community aspect, right? I mean, working out with a group of people collectively, right? Hyper-focused on health and wellness, and really just bringing the best out of you every time you come into the gym.
Yeah.
So it turns into something much more than just a workout, right? It actually turns into something where you're developing friendships, you're developing family, you're creating a community around yourself, and that kind of that group mentality, right? That group workout mentality is just really what kind of drew me in and kept me.
Yeah. And then have you always been kind of health conscious before CrossFit, or was that like something that's kind of come about since joining CrossFit or starting CrossFit?
I think that's always been a part of my life, but CrossFit certainly helped kind of spearhead that for me. You had a lot of people who had a lot of opinions, a lot of experience, right? Coming into that kind of space where so many other people are also like-minded, have a health-focused mentality, and really want to better themselves, and you build off one another, right? It is a big community.
Yeah. And then so I know that you and your wife are also vegetarian or vegan.
I'm more of flex, but she is a hardcore vegan.
Okay.
So when I'm at home, obviously, and she's cooking, I'm eating vegan, and I kind of flex when I go out and order out or get takeout or eat out with friends.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm trying to eat as healthy as I can.
Yeah. And has that been something that's come about with doing CrossFit, or has that been something that you've always tried to kind of gear towards a little bit more of the plant side of things?
Definitely tried to stick toward more of the veggie fruits. Than a lot of the meats. I'd say my diet's heavy in like eggs and veggies and fruits, and then the occasional, I guess my wife would call it a cheat day, right, with the steaks or whatever else it is.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Cool. And so kind of want to get into some kind of more specific questions. So what was your biggest challenge prior to joining the TCF family?
So I always go back to an injury that I had in high school. I broke my back when I was playing varsity soccer in high school, and ended up taking me out of competitive soccer pretty much indefinitely moving forward in my life. And CrossFit actually was the one thing that kind of brought me back into the fitness world in a really like safe and comfortable way. And getting through that injury, CrossFit was a really, really big piece of that. It allowed me to create a lot of strength and kind of create dependency on my musculature rather than my skeleton. And that took a lot of the chronic pain away from my back. I actually snapped a piece off my L5. It was the injury. So the ability to create strength with functional movement, which is what CrossFit is all about, it allowed me to kind of, go through a little bit of a healing process, and it was a therapy for me, right? It actually got me moving better, squatting again, which I thought I'd never do, and healing. I no longer have chronic pain in my low back, so it's pretty amazing what it's been able to do for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how did that challenge, breaking your back, how did that make you feel at that point in time?
It was debilitating in a number of senses, right? I mean, I couldn't play soccer anymore, which was my identity since I was 5 years old. That's all I did was play soccer. And also, just obviously the physical aspect of it. I didn't feel comfortable in the gym anymore. I didn't feel comfortable in fitness. I was always afraid of injuring myself or further hurting myself. At age 17, I realized I wasn't invincible anymore.
Yeah.
Like a lot of kids think they are. So it was humbling and eye-opening, but like I said, CrossFit really helped me kind of take that next step into what fitness was going to look like for me.
Yeah.
As I got older.
And then you kind of already mentioned that joining the TCF family, doing CrossFit helped you kind of squat again, kind of feel more comfortable within like the fitness world, kind of find something else that you can kind of pursue. What are some other kind of things that have changed since doing CrossFit?
Definitely moving more functionally, which could be said just about anything in CrossFit, but things that have changed, man. When I first started doing CrossFit, I stopped running as much. That was one thing that changed because I thought that running was really the only thing I could do.
Really?
Because I was afraid of weights. And other things that have changed, just confidence, right? Confidence, big boost in confidence, and been able to really feel comfortable in my body doing things that would have otherwise, made me feel a little bit at risk, right? I mean, so it's given me that like true self-confidence of just doing anything, whether it's things around the house, moving mulch, getting heavy things down from a closet, especially things overhead, right? That's where compromise, especially in like the back area, can really start to show its ugly face.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just feeling more comfortable just in everyday life, not alone just in the gym.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what are some other kind of positive impacts that you've seen?
Well, as far as positive impacts, like just coming into TCF, right, has been a very positive impact for me. My wife and I moved, this was August of 2019 into Holly Springs, and we've been looking for a gym for the first 6 months. We ended up signing up with Zeal and didn't really like that experience, and luckily the second choice we made was coming over into TCF, and found a really good community kind of feel to it all, and I think that it was a great choice that we made to walk in here.
Yeah, and we've loved having you and Mary come into the gym and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's always been a lot of fun having y'all here. What about some other things? I know that one thing that's changed is kind of your deadlift form.
Yeah.
I know that we tweaked that a little bit, and then the next day you came in and you weren't very happy with me because your hamstrings were so sore.
Yeah. No, I mean, definitely, I'd say a praise for all the coaches here, right? It seems like everybody's very informed, and the cue you gave me about deadlifting, which was, kind of elongating the hamstrings with a little bit more of an upright body position, allowed me to really engage the appropriate muscles and move more functionally.
Yeah.
Because deadlifts, with my back injury, is one of the things that I always worry about most. And I noticed more engagement in glutes and hams where it's supposed to be, as opposed to really relying on a lot of that like low back when you get into like a really deep squat form with that.
Oh yeah, and I mean, like you mentioned, it's super important to make sure you're in that right position with deadlifts, because especially someone like you that's already had some previous back issues, I mean, it's super important, especially with a heavy lift like that.
Yeah.
And then another question is kind of, what would you tell someone that's kind of on the fence about doing CrossFit or joining TCF?
Well, I'd say, CrossFit is not necessarily for everyone. So, I don't want to go preaching CrossFit, drink the Kool-Aid, come on in. But, if you are looking for something that is transformative, that is going to change your life, that is going to open up a lot of doors to new relationships, really kind of motivate you, right? If you're looking for something to motivate you, right, walk into a CrossFit gym, specifically TCF, right? Because you will find that it is a very heavily focused on community. It's very relationship based. People are very open here, and it's an incredibly safe space to come and work out, right? And that was the most important thing for Mary and I. We were looking to pick out a gym because where we came from was very much similar. It was, it was family, and that's what I feel like TCF kind of, make sure is front and center with this gym. Is you come in here, you are part of this family, and we're all going to get better together. Right? It's a process. Yeah. And come struggle with everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all about getting that 1% better every day, trying to find something new to improve on, and if you just keep getting better, keep enjoying the process, I mean, the sky's the limit, really.
It's all you can do, man.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to add, Andy?
That's really me, man. Come join TCF for everybody else out there watching. It's a great place to be.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for getting to know Andy a little bit more and watching the interview, all that good stuff. Thank you, Andy, for taking the time out of your day to do this. And again, thank you for coming in and kind of always just making it a joy to coach the class and stuff like that.
Yeah, appreciate it.